On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And you were gonna, I can't even talk. You guys were about to hear my obituary on here.
I can't even talk. I've been crying.
So we were downstairs at my house doing some stuff, and the office is upstairs. We're heading upstairs. Next thing you know, I'm on the ground. Okay, I don't know what happened. I didn't even make it past the first step of the staircase, and I fell hard. Not only that, my fucking Stanley Cup.
Okay, well, first of all, I saw it all happen. So there's like two little steps that he stepped off of from the living room. And then there's a staircase.
Right.
So there's like two little landing steps or whatever.
I landed.
Honey, you did. You turned to Hot Dog, who was sitting on the couch. You're like, come on, Hot Dog, let's go upstairs and record. And I think you missed one step because you slammed down onto the floor. Your Diet Coke went flying.
Luckily closed.
Your Stanley Cup dented like a car, and the straw snapped in half. And your slipper you're wearing was all wonky. It looked like you had broken your foot. And when you're laughing so hard, you can't hold your body up. So I had to just fall on the ground too and laugh.
I'm so used to it being you.
Oh, I know.
That's on the ground. I was laid out. My water bottle. I have to get a new one now. Thank God I put it on we do a Secret Santa, and I put it on my list to get a new one. This is an off-brand Stanley, by the way. This is from
That's
home.
a Marshall's.
This is a Hydra Peak. So Hydra Peak, if you're listening, your product does not stand up. Okay. Well, those stairs are so fucking hard, too, because
they're like Spanish tile.
Yeah.
So they're just fucking hard and slippery.
No forgiveness, my God.
I know.
So we'll see how I feel tomorrow.
Oh, poor guy. You really ate shit.
I ate shit.
But your living room looks beautiful. Your tree looks beautiful.
Oh my God, thank you. I had quite the weekend putting that tree together. So Saturday, I'm with Hot Dog, and I'm like, well, I'd actually talked to you, and I was like, God, I haven't got my tree yet. You're like, honey, you're probably not going to do it.
Well, and I was like, because last year I got your tree with you. I'm like, who's going to hold it for you, honey? Because I had it over my shoulder.
No one, honey, that too. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get fuck you, Madison. I'm going to go get a tree. I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to all of you. So I drive down to the little tree lot. It's me and Hot Dog, and I'm like, okay, like, gonna go get the tree. I'm just by myself at this tree lot right now, and then I of course run into one of my old bosses at this tree lot who's with her family, and they're like,
you did?
Yeah,
Tammy. Oh my God,
she was there with her whole family.
How
like,
funny.
I'm just here alone.
Here alone, single, honey.
I took pictures of them. So anyways, I brought the tree home, getting it into the fucking base. No one talks about how hard it is.
No, it was hard just
with the
two of us.
So it was just me. I had the fucking drill out. I had like a fucking saw out. I was like, oh. And then like I got a tall tree this year because my living room at this house is taller than my last one was. And I was like, I'm going to get a tall tree. And so I fucking take it. I'm like trying to shove it in the base and everything. And I fucking did it. I'm proud of myself.
It looks great.
I did it, but I was like, damn, like I need to hop
man.
So
like the beginning of a Hallmark movie. Like,
well, yeah. So I was like, okay, I need to date. We're going to have someone, mark my words, putting that Christmas tree in the base with me next year. Okay.
Okay.
Also this weekend, I watched Leave the World Behind, I think it's called, with Julia Roberts, and I told you to watch it.
And I watched it.
Isn't it fucking good?
It is and it isn't. I think it's good. I thought it was a little too long. Kind of scary, though, that Michelle Obama and Barack Obama were executive producers on it. I'm like, what are they not telling us?
Well, there's that whole conspiracy about why the government wants everyone to have electric cars is so that they can control them and like shut them off.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Remember that scene with all the Teslas, the self-driving ones?
Well, I was last night I had dinner with my friend Tina and Val, and Tina and I were talking about the movie. We were talking about that scene, and then she's the one who was like, have you heard about this conspiracy? So I started looking into it, and I'm like, oh my God. It is, it's scary to think about.
It is scary to think about.
I don't know.
What would you do?
If it was doomsday, hide. I don't kill myself. Maybe.
I know.
I'm not a survivor, probably. I'm not gonna fucking do anything it takes to live. I'll lay down. Okay.
Take me first.
You'll be napping. Just fucking take me, okay? I'll be in the hot tub, babe. Come find me.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was a good movie, though.
I'm heading out early tomorrow morning to go up to Tahoe for the weekend. I'm super excited. I haven't been to Tahoe in years.
I've never been to Tahoe.
So pretty, so excited. Excited to see the snow, even though I don't think there's a lot of it right now. It's been fucking hot as hell here. It's been like 80 degrees during the day. I'm like, this isn't normal. Because I've lived down here for more than 10 years now. And I'm like, we've never had a winter this warm.
Yeah. Global warming, honey.
I have some good Am I the Assholes today, and neither of them are death related, but I really wanted to read them both. But before we get into those, do you have a little email for us?
I sure do. It says, this is from Olivia, and it says,
My sister?
Yeah, she's been emailing a lot of stuff lately.
She did send us a cute picture wearing her Geoff hat.
I know. Which, so cute.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know or haven't seen it yet. We have merch out on the Wondery shop.
Yes, including Geoff hats, which are actually very cute.
I love them. I love everything. I was wearing my obituary hoodie today.
I always wear the hoodie and I always wear the long sleeve shirts. I love them.
You do love those. My whole family, when they were here for Thanksgiving, I pulled out the merch box. And I was like giving them, I was like, all right, who wants this? Who wants this? Who wants this? It was cute because like we went for like a morning walk the next day and everyone was in their merch representing. Also, we wrote a book, which you can also... Just while we're talking about things that we've done, we wrote a book called Obituary, The Big Hot Book of Death.
We sure did. Go get your pre-orders right now at prh.com/obituary.
Yeah, baby.
So excited.
So excited.
So excited. Okay, so this email caught my eye because it said vertical cemeteries are old news. Land grandma burial trauma. Okay. It says, hi, Spencer, Madison, Cisco, and doggies. My name is Olivia, like Spencer's sister. I guess great gals are named alike. I am a longtime cult leader listener in Geoff, and I finally decided to write to you guys after listening to your last episode where you talk about vertical cemeteries. Hold on to your seats because this email will probably be long and unhinged, but that is the only way I know how to be. So I live in Wales, but I am from a small town in the south of Spain, and when I mean small, I don't mean U.S. small, meaning 30,000 people. I mean Spain small, meaning less than 2,000 people. And I spent the whole coffin spinner screaming, what do you mean vertical cemeteries are a new eco-friendly thing? In Spain, a lot of cemeteries, if not most of them, are exactly like that. At least down south, where the landscape is pretty much desert and rock, and you can't just dig deeper. Side-eyeing you, Spencer. They are not these massive, impressive things. They are only around 3 or 4 meters high. Sorry, I don't speak feet. And have around 4 or 5 tiers of little spaces, which we call nichos. So I imagine it will be niches in English. In my town cemetery, some of the areas are a bit cold and gloomy with only dark marble gravestones on concrete, but some other areas have the typical white lime wash, soft edges as in the traditional architecture of the area, and paired with the flowers people leave, they are quite pretty. They get taken care of by people, and as a girl I used to go with my abuela Dolores, who took care of the niches of both her side of the family, my dad's, and my mom's too. We would clean all the surfaces, get on ladders to get to the top of the structure and clear out the rain drain holes and repaint all the edges. So I guess that means I have literally stood on multiple corpses at a time, which is totally metal if you ask me. Our cemetery is very old and some of the niches look abandoned and run down. Perhaps because the family line has died out or the surviving members emigrated. When a grave has been not cared for a very long time, the city council will open it, remove the bones from it, and pour them down through a little hole into the ossuary, which is a really big dome in the middle of the cemetery. To me, this is just how cemeteries are and how they have been for a very, very long time. So imagine my surprise when I realized that this was not the case everywhere. Sure, I know there are beautiful ground cemeteries that are pretty much lovely parks with statuesque monuments, but I thought that was just for rich cities and that poor areas would have a vertical one like ours. So yeah, now you know, some places in the world, like my little corner of Spain, have actually used vertical cemeteries for centuries. Now, this little quaint lime-washed cemetery was the site of one of the greatest shocks and traumas of my life, and it left my entire family baffled. So around 5 years ago, my yaya, pronounced like Jaja, I don't know, it says Jaja.
Which normally I think of as like, haha.
Haha. That is my mom's mom, not Abuelita Dolores, died. She was a horrible person, so don't worry too much about pronouncing it right anyway.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Her husband had passed away while still quite young, around 25 years ago, and we knew, as per tradition, that they were going to be buried in the same niche, as the niches traditionally belong to families and can usually fit 2 or 3 coffins in each. To do so, the cemetery people usually go and open the grave in advance of the hearse arriving with the new coffin, and then the new coffin gets placed on top of the old one, and that's it. So imagine me and my family surprised when we reach the niche. They place my yaya's coffin down, open it again, and suddenly, out of the niche, they pull a bag with the 25-year-old corpse of my grandfather in it.
Oh my God.
And I'm telling you, it was not just bones. We could see the whole outline of the body, and he was completely whole.
What?
Which I must say was surprising because in my area, we do not use embalming and we bury people within 24 to 48 hours of their passing.
Wow.
Well, what were they going to do with that bag with my grandpa in it, you wonder? They placed it right on top of my yaya's corpse. Like, I literally watched as they pressed this old-ass bag with an old corpse in it right into my grandma's still alive-looking face, pushed down onto it, and then reclose the coffin with both of them in it. What? Me and my whole family were completely speechless, absolutely shocked, kind of disgusted, and thoroughly traumatized. I was holding my mom's hand and I could hear her whispering, he was still completely whole, in utter shock. When we talked about it later, not one of us had any idea that that was going to happen, as that is not how many other burials we had witnessed had been done. And we only imagine that it was something my yaya must have asked for before passing away, but she had told no one in the family, and not one of us were aware of it. And yeah, she was mean, but holy shit, it was still traumatizing. And I will never forget that image of the old corpse bag being pressed into her face. And that's it. Sorry for the length, I guess, although I am not really sorry about it at all. And thank you so much if you read this unhinged email. Also, thank you for making my commute to work much more fun and helping me deal with my fear of all things death while simultaneously scratching that little itch for morbid things in my brain. Love to you both. Muchos besos, Olivia.
Muchos besos. Thank you, Olivia.
Besos, Olivia. I'm so sorry you had to see that.
I know, but thanks for filling us in on the vertical cemetery.
I know, but imagine in one coffin, 2 people just scrunched together.
You know what? One's a party, two's a crowd when it comes to coffins.
That's true.
That's my philosophy.
If they're built for 1, if they're built for 2,
that's another story.
That's another story.
That is another story.
And what an asshole move on Yaya if she didn't tell anybody that traumatizing thing was going to happen.
I'll take it. All right.
You had to think about
it. Okay, as I mentioned, neither of these have to do with death. I don't know. You know what? This is our holiday episode anyway.
Honey,
so.
we don't know. I took a nap earlier and I woke up and thought it was tomorrow morning and I had to go to school. So we are just doing the best we can.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's because this first one I read and I was just like, What the fuck? And now that I'm just going to read it. It says, am I the asshole for storming out of my sister's wedding because she said my son cannot be there as he's not an adult?
Oh, God.
I mean, I'm for like I understand when people are like, yeah, we just don't want kids at our wedding. Like, I understand that.
Absolutely.
But it says, my sister Lisa, 27, had her wedding yesterday. She wanted it to be child-free, but she said that my son, Jack, 17, can join. She just came in to invite us and said, I'm having a child-free wedding, so don't bring anyone else if they're kids. But anyway, all of you are invited, including Jack. During the wedding, everything went well, and Jack was talking to a few guests before the ceremony, and Lisa was nearby. Someone asked him how old he was, and he said that he was about to turn 18 in a few months. Lisa was shocked. She approached me to say that I'd betrayed her as he's only 17. I asked what the deal was, and she said, he's only fucking 17. I had thought he was an adult already, and you didn't even let me know.
What?
I asked her whether she expected me to let her know that he's not 18 yet, that it's ridiculous, and that we came because she invited us. I said, he's as good as any adult anyway. She began to yell at me and say that I should have corrected the misunderstanding, but in the end, she said, he can leave and you can remain here.
What kind of bridezilla bitch?
I responded by saying that she's insulting my son now, and that if he's not there, we don't want to be either, and all three of us left the wedding, although she protested and said we didn't have to leave. We unfortunately had to make a scene though. She later called me to say that I fucking ruined her wedding, and she's not talking to me now. I said that she insulted my son by asking him to leave after he had already been invited. Am I the asshole?
No.
No, and first of all, why doesn't she know how old her nephew is?
Why doesn't she know? And 17 is different than a 7-year-old.
Yeah. Like, that's not just like a kid running around, or is going to be like, because I think a lot of people don't want kids because they're like, we just want it to be like adults. Like, we want that vibe.
We're not doing anything that you can't participate in if you're under 18. It's just you don't want screaming, crying kids running around, and you want the adults to be able to enjoy themselves. That's it. A 17-year-old can handle themselves.
Weird. I think it's
weird.
So weird. I'd be like, fuck you. I would do the same shit. I'd be like, so not an asshole for sure.
No.
I'd be like, goodbye.
And learn your sister's child's age.
Yeah. And if you didn't know and it didn't bother you, then like, why does it bother you to know that it's a few months away? That's like one of those things that's so annoying.
Like, what are you doing at this wedding?
I just thought it was wild. I was like,
weird.
I gotta read it. But then the second one says, am I the asshole for telling my husband that I want his grandmother out of my house? Granny is in her late 60s.
Granny.
My husband and I are 30, and she usually lives in India, but she's on holiday staying at our house right now. My mother-in-law, Granny's daughter, is also staying with us. The original intention was that Granny will be here for about a month and then fly with my mother-in-law to my mother-in-law's home. Ever since Granny's arrival on the weekend, she's been criticizing me and my mother-in-law. Everything we do seems to be wrong or something she can do better. From the first day, she's been complaining about the guest room she's in. Everything from the fact that it's technically our toddler's room, to the fact that the sun doesn't rise on that side of the house, to the type of hand soap that's in the ensuite bathroom.
Kick her out.
She went to my mother-in-law and told her that my husband and I should give up our room to Granny. My mother-in-law told her no, so she went to my husband, and my husband said, it's our room, we prepared the guest room for you, and she still wasn't happy. Tonight, when I came to bed, I found her under the covers in my bed, like Goldilocks. I told her that she needed to move, and she wouldn't. We went back and forth. My mother-in-law came in and yelled at her for being unreasonable. And then eventually I called my husband, who physically but gently steered her out of the room. I told my husband I'm not happy with her staying in our house and she needs to go. But he thinks that it would be an asshole thing to do because she's an elder and we shouldn't embarrass her. Am I the asshole?
I mean, I get it. It's like, fuck, she is an elder, but also
she's also
what
in her
a
60s.
Rude bitch. That's not even old.
Please.
I do love that the mother-in-law is on their side, though.
Imagine pulling back the covers and she's in the bed. I would be like, what are you doing?
I would be freaked out. I think anybody, old, young, related, not related, if you're going to open up your home to them and they're going to be rude, then fuck off.
Yeah. Well, you get what you get.
Uh-huh.
Like when you're staying at someone's house, you get what you get.
Yeah.
And you love it.
Yeah.
Or leave it.
Yep.
Go to a hotel, Granny,
Yep.
if it's that big of a deal.
Granny. Oh, God.
Crazy, though.
Crazy. A month is a long time, too, to have them in the house.
God. For anyone to be in your house.
I know. Even your own husband. Just kidding.
God.
Oh my God. Well, I am up first this week, which means you should have a little side bit.
I do. And okay, I read this on a little leader that I just recorded yesterday.
Okay.
But I don't know what comes out, this or that first. But I was like, I gotta read this as my side bitch for obituary. Because what I did for that little leader was I was going through like old newspaper archives reading stories about Christmas related deaths.
Okay.
And I ended up finding this. And as I was reading it, I said on the little leader, like, wait, I got to read this on obituary. It says, cruel fate takes 11th child, last of patrolman's family. This literally says, the same cruel fate which took the lives of his brothers and sisters late Tuesday had claimed another victim, 7-year-old Russell Andres of 384 Adam Street. He was the last of 11 children of patrolman Charles W. Andres. All of them died from accidents or disease. Russell was drowned late Tuesday afternoon trying to pull a Christmas tree from the old Erie Canal at Margaret Street. One by one, children of the family were carried off by accident or illness until Russell alone remained. Tuesday afternoon, in company with several other children, he was playing near the old spillway of the canal. A Christmas tree floating in the water lured the child to his death. He waded into the muddy water and sank out of sight before aid could reach him. The body was recovered by the police. So Russell has gone to join his brothers and sisters, and the funeral will be held Friday afternoon at the family home. Burial will be at Elm Lawn Cemetery.
Wait, all 11 children?
All 11.
Is this a cult leader?
Well, I'm like, what's going on here? I just think it's so bizarre. Like, what are the chances that all 11 of your children have died from either disease or accident?
That feels statistically inaccurate.
Impossible,
Yeah.
right? God.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
I know.
But also gives you an eerie,
There's
weird
something
feeling.
not right about it.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. Or it's just a very unfortunate stroke of luck for that family. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to hear what had you spinning in your coffin. We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Okay, girlies. I spent hours on the USPTO.gov website to work on this coffin spinner today.
Paid time off.
Oh, yeah, PTO. The USPTO.gov is the United States Patent and Trademarking Office, and it is my absolute new favorite website.
Okay.
You can look up trademarks and patents for literally anything. So that's exactly what I did. I searched all the way back to the 1800s to present and found some of my favorite death-related, of course, patents.
Hell
ever.
yeah.
This may need a part 2 or 3 because there are so fucking many. And I'm going to flip back and forth between new and old, but I'm so excited to share this with you guys.
Oh, I can't wait.
And of course, all the patents will be linked in the show notes so you can go look through all the PDFs. I highly recommend it.
And we'll post some too.
We will post some. It's visual heavy, so you guys have to go look at our Instagram. Also, looking through the death-related patents, I found a ton for caskets, hearses, and funeral wreaths were like a big one. Like different designs for urns. Really cool. I'm not a tattoo girly, but Spence, like if you get tattooed anytime soon and want to do another death related thing, like all of the drawings for patents are so cool.
Ooh.
We'll get into it. The first one is corpse hand securing method. This was filed in 1960 and granted in 1963. The inventor is H.R. Holt. This is a device for securing the hands of a corpse and getting them casket ready. The patent states, quote, "One of the problems which embalmers encounter in preparing a body for burial is the the arrangements of the hands, which tend to fly apart and assume unnatural or grotesque positions. So let me show you a picture.
It's like a muzzle.
Okay, so it's like this little rubber thing that is stretched around the thumb and the first finger, and then the other thumb sort of like tucks underneath it, and the rubber holds it so that you can mold a corpse's hand, like get them in the casket ready, you know, when you like cross the hands.
Yeah.
And so they don't fly all over and look unnatural.
Smart.
Really smart. Okay, the next one is a footrest for caskets. This is filed in 1956, granted in 1959. The inventor is A.J. Sorensen. And when I first saw this, I thought it would be something on the outside of the coffin, like a legit footrest for maybe like a loved one who like wanted to sit next to the coffin. But the more I read, I realized that the footrest is for the deceased. So the footrest is inside of the coffin, and it consists of like two little brackets on either side of the inside of the casket walls down by the feet. And then there's like a metal rod that connects the two. So basically, it's a way to securely lock the feet into position, and it controls the movement of the lower body of the casket if the casket's moved. And I was like reading through the PDF, and they were like, it can be absolutely traumatizing for the family if they don't have this footrest, because the legs will move and then it will move the upper body and it'll just be tragic.
No, it'll make for a good story.
No. So yeah, you can't see the feet in a coffin. You don't know if they're locked in or not.
Oh, stressful. What if you have restless leg syndrome?
Hey, I know. God. Okay, so then I stumbled upon a game, but it was in the death-related area.
Okay.
And it's called the Saying Goodbye Game. And it was granted in 1993. The inventors are Sally K. Brocato and George Spector. So this is a game that is geared toward teaching children about grief and to try to provide comfort for children who are dealing with, you know, the loss of a loved one. I'm going to show you pictures of this, but the game has a miniature coffin, a dead body doll that fits into a coffin,
Love it.
a mini shovel, a miniature headstone, and a miniature bouquet of flowers.
Oh my God, I love it.
And then the game also comes equipped with 12 cards with sayings that help a child like vocalize what they may be feeling. So for example, there's a card that says, "Do you miss me?" There's another card that says, "Can you see me?" Or "I wish you were here today," or "Are you happy?" And so these are the rules for playing the game. Number 1, a child with the assistance of an adult will place the dead body doll into the miniature coffin. A hole is dug in the ground or sandbox with a miniature shovel to simulate a grave. The miniature coffin with the dead body doll is then placed into the grave. The grave is filled in and the headstone is placed at the head of the grave. One card is picked and the saying is read by the child to the dead body doll within the game. This will teach the child a way to confront death when a loved one dies. The flag, there's also a flag that comes with it, and the flower bouquets are also placed on the grave. So that is the dead body game, or the saying goodbye game, not the dead body game.
I love it.
This one might be one of my favorites, though, this next one. It was a patent that I read from 2001 by the inventor Moises Becanas Nieto. It's called the mobile morgue, and it's actually so cute. So it's called the mobile morgue, but it's actually like a funeral home on wheels. So it basically looks like a very large trailer, one that still has wheels and can be moved to wherever it needs to be. So it can come to you if you need to hold like a viewing or a funeral. The inside is segmented into different rooms. The zones are the end cabin for the deceased, then a little parlor for close friends and family, then a third area that's a bigger area for more friends and family, and then the fourth area are restrooms and beverage service areas. And the room where the deceased is refrigerated. But look, it's a little like trailer funeral home. Okay, next I stumbled upon funeral deodorant. This was filed in 1997, granted in 1999. The inventor is Ituku Kawasi. This is a specific type of deodorant that will help mask the smell of a corpse. The objective is to apply a pyroligneous liquid onto a corpse before they are ready to be cremated or buried. I guess pyroligneous liquid is also known as wood vinegar, which according to Wikipedia is a dark liquid produced by the destructive distillation of wood and other plant materials. So that feels like such an old school thing to try to mask a corpse smell.
If you're going to cremate them anyways, what's the point?
I don't know, just so they smell good waiting around.
Wow, okay.
Okay, this one is fucking wild, Spencer. So this is called Cremation on Atmospheric Reentry. It was filed in 2001, granted in 2003. The inventor is John L. Reyes, and it just fucking blew my mind. I pulled up the patent and saw an airplane or like a rocket drawing, and I was like, okay, like what is this? So I read more about it. So basically, you have a deceased body, you prepare the body like you would for a normal cremation, but instead of putting the body into the retort, you put it onto a rocket and, quote, transport the body to the outer edges of the Earth's atmosphere or beyond, and place the body in a trajectory that will eventually cause it to fall toward the Earth and combust due to heat generated by the friction as the body passes through the atmosphere. Reentry may be directed to occur soon after launch, or the body may be placed in an orbit that will degrade over a long period of time prior to descent and combustion.
Wow, that is incredible.
A new method of cremating. Launch a dead body into the atmosphere.
Oh, I am for this. Elon Musk.
Imagine?
Elon Musk, get on it.
Get on it, Elon Musk.
Do something with your time.
Oh my God. Okay, I have two more today. This I thought was really sweet. The widow and widower ring and identification system. This was filed in 2001, granted in 2003, and the inventor is Harold R. Foote. It's such a sweet spin on mourning jewelry. It's a patent to combine a wedding ring of a surviving spouse with the deceased spouse's wedding ring to create a single double band ring, also known by the inventor as a widowed ring.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that cool?
Yes.
This would then signify to everyone that you are a widow or widower without any tough conversations.
I think that's cool.
I think that's really sweet. Okay, but lastly, speaking of rings, we have the casket jewelry guard apparatus. This was filed in 1993, granted in 1994. Inventor is Ruby E. Hall. This invention addressed grave robbing. As we know, it can be scary burying your loved ones in their jewelry. And I remember when my grandma passed away, she always wore these gold coin necklaces. And I remember we chose to not bury her in them because they were like valuable and just scary. You never know. So with this apparatus, there are cables that are mounted inside of the casket. And on one end, they're secured to the casket. On the other, they're around the jewelry that the deceased is wearing. And they're connected to an alarm system.
Okay.
So if the jewelry is tampered with, an audible alarm goes off.
I don't think the grave robbers would give a fuck. They'd be like, I'm taking these and getting out of
I
here.
feel like they'd snip the
Wire.
wire.
Yeah.
And then if you snip the wire, it blows up.
Perfect.
No.
That's our patent.
Yeah.
We're taking it one step
Hey,
further.
let's do that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it. I do want another part on these because I feel like there's probably so many more
Dude.
wild patents.
Wild. And that's not even getting into like the autopsy section,
Shit.
like medical stuff.
Oh, I love it.
Oh my God.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you for that. We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my secured coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
'Tis the season of giving, Geoffs. So this week, I'm giving you some toys you should absolutely never give anyone.
No.
You probably can't because most of them have been banned.
Ooh.
It's honestly shocking to me. So I was like, I really want to like look into, well, actually what prompted this is I always think about this, but I've never talked about it. I'll probably do a coffin spinner on furniture eventually that's been banned. But like, I remember a couple years ago, there was like an IKEA dresser or something that like kept fucking falling on kids.
The Malm dresser.
Was that it?
Yes, and now they like you have to anchor it to the
With
wall.
like the straps or whatever. Okay. I always think about that. And so I initially was going to kind of go that, but then I was like, I kind of want to do something holiday-ish. Like it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Or the holiday season, whatever you celebrate. And so I was like, I want to look into some toys that have been banned for killing people.
Okay.
So that's what I did. And it's honestly shocking that some of these even made it into the aisles of a toy store in the first place.
Along those lines, what's shocking to me, I never realized that hoodies for little kids, they used to have strings, the drawstring things to tighten, and now they don't because choking.
Weird.
Or strangulation.
Well, I mean, makes sense. Well, even now it's so different with kids. Like I know like my sister has, a brand new baby, so I've like gotten really familiar with a lot of the new stuff, and it's like there's nothing in their cribs.
Yeah.
Like,
Nothing.
So we're going to start with something I think a lot of us probably had in our backyards growing up, which are trampolines.
Oh my God, I almost broke my neck on one of those.
We all probably have some horror story involving a trampoline. I remember when we got ours, though. It was the best fucking day of my life. I loved it forever. But they got it for my younger siblings, too. They got a new one for them because those things get weathered. And we always had the ones with like kind of safer straps on them. Like some had the metal coils. Do you remember? And
yes, just raw dogging it.
I'm like, how many times did my fucking arm go down there? And
my leg, everything.
Yeah. But the best was during like the summers when we would like put the hose on them and it was like all the water.
Or soap. You ever do soap
Yep.
on there? Real dangerous.
Real dangerous, but real fun. So as of this year or like this point in time, there's an average of 2 trampoline deaths each year, which I thought there would be more.
Okay.
But according to the Mayo Clinic, more than 800,000 children sustained trampoline injuries in the U.S. between 2009 and 2018. That's almost 1 million.
Holy shit.
Most of whom were under the age of 16. And this, according to a 2022 report using a national database and published in Pediatric Emergency Care. And most of the injuries occurred at the children's own homes. Of these injuries, 34% were long bone fractures in the lower and upper extremities. Radius and ulna fractures were the most common, usually the result of a fall on like an outstretched hand, which totally makes sense. And I remember there'd always be some asshole friend's older brother or something who would like really try and bounce you or whatever. And I was that brother.
Yeah.
I was like,
crack the egg.
throwing my little siblings fucking 20 feet in the air when they're like 2. Trampoline injuries cover a wide spectrum, from small lacerations to fractures of the spine, head, ribs, and sternum, and the number and variety of injuries continues to climb despite efforts to make trampolines less dangerous with enclosure nets and other safety features. Quote, kids are endlessly inventive in figuring out ways to break bones on trampolines, says William Shaughnessy, a pediatric orthopedic surgeon at Mayo Clinic's campus in Rochester, Minnesota. Safety nets are pretty effective at preventing children from falling off, but in the absence of those, they inevitably do fall. And even with netting, injuries can occur when 2 or more kids are jumping at the same time and one lands on top of the other. We have also seen
What?
Sorry, I just remember this girl. She's like kind of like one of my like girlfriends in middle school, and I remember she's like, "Do you masturbate?" And we were sitting on like a trampoline when she asked me that.
Oh.
Anyways, even with netting.
Did you ever sleep on the trampoline?
Yeah, we did sleepovers on the trampoline. And that was fun. Well, we had the nets on one of them, I think, and you could like put blankets over the...
Cool, like a big fort. That's cool.
I loved a fort.
I want to be a kid again.
I know. Trampolines are fucking dangerous, okay? Just don't do it.
Okay.
I don't want to get more into that. I'm over it. Okay.
It's killing my
move
vibe.
On. Yeah, I have like more to talk about on there. We're moving on, okay? In more recent years, this is more of like a recent toy. The hoverboard.
Those things
They'll fucking put you on
are
your ass.
lit. Okay.
Literally because they catch on fire. I was reading about this on AL.com, which I think is like Alabama's website.
Okay.
They were talking about this, or about these hoverboards. This came out like this summer. They were really popular. But they talked about spontaneous combustion with these hoverboards. And I remember seeing on like TikTok and like on the news and stuff, people talking about that.
When my niece and nephew got hoverboards, I was living with my sister in college. This is like 12 years ago. They would go to bed and I would ride that thing around the house.
You loved it?
I loved it.
Okay, well, listen to this. So I have an article from CBS. This is from 2022, and it says at least 19 killed this year in hoverboard e-scooter fires, according to the
Oh
feds.
my God.
Quote, hoverboards and their ilk have overheated or caught fire hundreds of times this year, killing at least 19 people and sending more than 20 others to hospital emergency rooms in 39 states, federal officials said this week, in urging manufacturers to follow voluntary safety standards. From the start of January through November of 2022, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission received at least 208 reports of electric scooters, e-bikes, and other so-called micro-mobility products overheating or bursting into flames, the agency said in a news release. And you know what? I gotta say, it's probably because nowadays someone will make something and then there'll be 50 knockoff versions of it. Like cheap-ass knockoff versions of it, you know?
I bought a knockoff hair thing on Amazon. I was using it. It was all good. Then a few months later, I get an email from Amazon that's like, you need to dispose of that right now because there have been fires.
And yet here you were not less than 48 hours ago saying, I want to buy that beach waiver I saw on TikTok. Dumbass. Jesus Christ. Remember Razor scooters were such a big fucking deal?
Uh-huh.
And I remember it was me, Olivia, my mom, my stepdad. We were downtown. We had like walked downtown and my parents sent us to Jamba Juice and they went over to, what was that store? Sharper Image. Mm-hmm. And they like bought the Razor scooters. My dad like set them by the fountain. And we were like walked back with our Jamba Juice or whatever. And they were like, don't forget your Razor scooters. And we were like, what? Because we were like the new cool fucking thing.
Remember the brakes on those on the back would burn
Yes.
the fuck out of your feet?
Or fucking hit yourself with the scooter.
Oh!
Take you fucking down. Well, if you'll remember a couple years ago, I think it was maybe during the pandemic or around that time, maybe shortly before. But I went up north to see my family and we were just like fucking thinking of things to do. And so me and my sister were like, we should buy our whole family Razor scooters, like, cause they're like cheaper now too. And so we went to Target, we bought all the Razor scooters and we were riding them down this hill we were riding them around. And then I was like, oh yeah, we should ride them down this hill. That'd be sick, whatever. Almost fucking lost my life because I fell and ate shit. But same thing happened when I was a kid. Same hill. Mm-hmm. Me and Olivia were riding our Razor scooters down this hill by our house.
Yeah.
A car almost hit us. Screeched its brakes. I peed my pants and I hugged a random lady. There's a lady who people came out of their houses 'cause they heard it. I remember it was some fucking gross bitch in a convertible that almost hit us. Never forget her. Like a mom lady had ran out of her house and was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I like hugged her. I was like,
oh.
We went home to my mom and it's like the 90s. She's like sitting outside on the phone talking to her friends.
Yeah.
Or whatever. She's like, what happened? She's like, Jesus Christ. Anyway, sorry. Back to this story. So we have some of my favorites coming up. Be careful with hoverboards.
Remember I fell on a scooter?
Oh my God. I was telling the story to our friend Chris the other night.
I feel like we've probably talked about this.
Maybe, but like, I want to tell it again while I'm on the topic of scooters. So I used to have a studio in Hollywood on Sunset and Vine. And Madison and I, of course, late one night decided we wanted to go to Swingers. Mm-hmm. And so we were like, let's take those electric scooters. Mm-hmm. It's like 3 miles or something.
That was a long ass way that we rode those scooters.
A long way. Like a down Sunset Boulevard down to Beverly. And like we went to Swingers. It was fine. The scooters were luckily still there when we got out, which we didn't think of, like, how are we going to get back in case someone else rented them. But they were there waiting for us. We get on and we're like, oh, let's go down, look at some of these houses. It
was around Christmas.
Yeah, it was around Christmas time. We wanted to see them. There was a noise and then I looked over and I saw this. Saw this scooter Madison was on.
And my shoes.
I saw one of them. I saw the scooter Madison was on. It was on the ground in someone's driveway. Okay. The wheel is fucking spinning still. Her one shoe is there. It was like this little loafer. Madison is nowhere in sight. I look over. She is on a different person's lawn.
I
laid
flew.
out. You feet away. so far away, like half a football field away. And I was like, oh my God, she's dead. I'm like, oh my God, she's dead. She finally did it.
My knees were scraped. Oh God, it was bad.
You were wearing, remember, like a witch.
I looked like a witch, first of all, on this scooter because that's when I was still doing makeup. So I had to wear all black and I had like a black long skirt on, a black like flowy top. And so I already looked like a witch.
the way back, like the way two swingers on the scooters were like, woo, and the way back, Madison is just like disheveled. She's like shit in her hair. And like,
I still had to ride that thing back miles.
we're like all scraped up.
God.
Fuck, okay, anyways. Careful on your scooters, kids. In that article on the AL.com or whatever, they also talked about this kit. And it was like a CSI kit for kids that came out in 2007. And it came with fingerprinting powder that was made up of just a whole bunch of toxic shit, including 5% asbestos.
What?
Uh-huh. The toy's maker, CBS Consumer Products, was hit with a civil action suit by the Asbestos Disease Awareness Organization, and the kit was eventually removed from store shelves. And I'm like, I would have loved that shit as a kid because I had all the spy stuff. There was like a Discovery store or whatever. I had every fucking spy thing.
Remember for Christmas, all you wanted was office supplies when you were like, I don't know how old.
Little.
10? Little.
Uh-huh. I loved office supplies and I loved spy stuff.
Yeah.
And I had like these like nerdy fucking glasses where you would like pull out a camera from, it was like supposed to be a hidden camera, but it was like a webcam size camera that spun out. I'm like walking around taking pictures of my neighbor Diane. I'm like,
yeah,
you're gonna know. I'm like listening to my neighbors get divorced, like on the little speaker thing.
I love that. I remember when Harriet the Spy came out. Remember that movie?
Uh-huh.
And I would walk around the neighborhood with a notebook, like, I'm taking notes.
Oh, we were just little spies. We've just never been able to mind our own fucking business.
Know.
So we talk about everyone all the fucking time. But I was like, I had a fingerprinting kit with powder in that one, I remember. And my family used to call me Detective S. And
yes.
I had like a little kit. I think it said Detective S on it with like all my stuff in it.
Little do you know, you're poisoning everyone with asbestos.
That was like a long time before 2007, long before those regulations even. So I'm like, I'm sure there was something fucking crazy in there. But speaking of kits, we have to talk about the Gilbert U-238 Atomic Energy Lab, which was a scientific lab kit for kids back in the 1960s, which was banned after it was discovered that the kit contained 4 types of uranium.
Oh, God.
I'm like, what?
Holy shit. How did we all survive?
I don't know. And like some of the articles I read said that it was in the 60s, but others said that it was like from 1951 to 1952. But when I think of atomic, I think of 1960s. So I feel like it had to have been in the later 50s possibly, but who knows?
Who knows? It's all too soon, too close.
Yeah.
It's not the 1800s.
No, wild. I read several articles on banned toys. The 2 that were included on most of them were lawn darts, which I never had.
I don't think we had those either.
They're like weighted darts that you can like throw around with your friends, I guess. Already probably not a great idea for kids. Which resulted in several fatalities throughout the 1970s and 1980s and well over 6,000 hospital visits. I found one article from July of 1989, the Indianapolis News, and it says lawn darts banned. Effective December 19th, 1988. All lawn darts were banned from sale in the United States. Lawn darts used in an outdoor game have been responsible for serious and fatal injuries to children. The Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates that about 6,700 injuries from lawn darts were treated in the U.S. hospital emergency rooms between January of 1978 and December of 1987. 3/4 of the victims were children under 15 years of age.
Ooh.
Okay. The other one I kept seeing were sky dancers.
I loved those.
The little Barbie things, right? You like pulled the thing and then they would fly around the room. Do you remember those?
I loved those. And then McDonald's
made like the mini
ones.
Did you ever see the video online? It's like a little girl doing it and it goes and then it falls into the fireplace.
No.
I have to show you. Okay. According to Good Housekeeping, these flying fairies act more menacing than they look. Quote, just pull the cord on the launcher and the princess doll spins up into the air and inevitably into people's faces. After 150 reports of eye injuries, scratches, scratched corneas, broken teeth, facial lacerations, and even a mild concussion, Galoob Toys Incorporated grounded these playthings for good, recalling about 8.9 million of them in 2000, according to CNN.
Oh, God.
Wild. Good Housekeeping actually put together a list back in 2018. I wanted to share a few others that were on there. They had mini hammocks.
Okay.
Which were mini hammocks. It says the CPSC issued a recall for approximately 3 million mini hammocks in 1996 after the deaths of 12 children because there was no spreader bars between them, like on a regular hammock.
Mm-hmm.
And so the net would just like twist around the kids' necks while they were getting in or out of the seat.
Oh, fuck.
And also rollerblading Barbie and Ken.
Okay.
Out of all of Barbie's careers and hobbies, it says this one from the 90s definitely caused a firestorm. A cigarette lighter-like device in her skates would legitimately shoot out sparks when rolled on a flat surface.
That's amazing.
If you bladed over anything flammable, you got a major problem.
Oh, no.
Fucking Mattel.
I probably tested that toy.
You're like, I love it. You're smoking a cigarette, and in there, you're like 8 years old. You're like, yeah, this Barbie's sick.
Yeah, it lights my cigs.
Okay, Mattel also found themselves in hot water with this next one. They were these dolls that you could feed plastic carrots and French fries.
Yep.
But they had like mechanical jaws that could chew on them.
Oh, that's scary.
A lot of kids ended up fingers, hair would get trapped in them and like get all fucking mangled. So ultimately, Mattel had to offer a $40 refund to 500,000 owners.
Oh my God. How about give me my fingers back, Mattel?
Yeah,
$40.
Oh, but those are just some of them. There were more, but those were like some of my
It
faves.
is scary out there.
Scary. It's a scary world.
Scary world. You'd think toys would be safe, but they're not.
You know what? I have always pictured if I had children, I would do like such classic, just
Like wood.
no nonsense.
Like Montessori. Yeah. Yeah.
But also, who fucking knows?
Who knows? Because then they get to that age and you're like, okay.
Or my dumb ass, I'm at like Walgreens and I see a dancing bear that shoots fire out of its nose or something. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Or there's a fucking
Spy
NASCAR or whatever or something. Oh, God.
Well, good luck, parents.
Good luck, parents. You better be safe or you'll have to write an obituary.
Oof.
And we don't want you to fucking do that because those are sad.
That's
and
terrible.
We never read them on this show. But we do have some obituaries for you guys. What you got this week?
Well, I had a different one planned, but since you fell, I pulled one up that I've been saving.
Okay.
This one is from the Journal in 1972, and it says, "Man died after 3-foot fall."
Wow. This is actually really triggering and really insensitive of you to do after what I just experienced.
I'm sorry, honey. It's gotta happen. A Coleman died after falling only 3 feet from a lorry, a North Shields inquest heard yesterday. George Frederick McGandle, age 23 of Blackthorn Crescent, died as a result of heart failure caused by mild concussion, said the Southeast Northumberland coroner, Mr. John Keat.
Oh.
This is a very unusual cause of death because the injury was so slight, said Mr. Kent.
You're going to make me paranoid now.
Oh, stop it. You didn't hit your head. This was a perfectly healthy young man doing a job he was used to. He struck his head, apparently without serious injury, and as a result, he suffered concussion that led to heart failure. Mr. C.D. Jobling, pathologist, and Mr. Ardle had no external injuries or bruising, and his skull was not fractured.
That's crazy because I'm 23 too.
Bitch, you fucking wish.
God, that's sad.
I know.
Mine's not better. I have
good.
an old one that says, dies while father visits Santa Claus.
Oh my God.
Christmas was sad in the home of Mr. and Mrs. William Rosanitsky, town of Eaton, as the grief-stricken parents and 9 little brothers and sisters sat about the tiny casket wherein lay little Clara, 3-year-old daughter, who died Saturday at 1:30 p.m. As Clara's father left for Green Bay Saturday morning to pay the last visit to Santa Claus's shop, little Clara waved a happy hand and called, "Goodbye, Daddy." Oh. Shortly afterward, the child was seized with convulsions and died within a few hours.
No.
Surviving besides her parents are Harry, John, Michael, Raymond, Henry, Leonard, Angeline, Anna, and Marjorie. Funeral services were held at 9 o'clock today from the church at Eton.
Oh, God. Sorry, guys.
Sad. But I saw Christmas and I thought, well...
Oh, what sad obituaries. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry. We were kind of a bummer this week. But we also gave you some good stories. So.
Yes, we did. And we have some...
Oh, we've got some fucking... I have a dumb criminal that I have been saving. And I was like, I forgot we were doing the book thing last week. And I was like, oh, damn it. But I have been wanting to fucking read this one, but you're up first. So we have Spun in Our Coffin.
Oh, we've bitched our obituaries.
That means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals. Who you got?
Okay, I was laughing when I saw this. I saw this on an Instagram account called A History of Dogs. And I was like, I know Spencer's going to say this is fucking me or something. It's an old newspaper article from the Kansas City Star from July 5th, 1901. And it says, her dogs were her finish. This woman had to steal to keep her luxurious pets. They had silk dresses, brass beds, and marble bathtubs, and it took 5 servants to care for their highnesses. Now Mrs. Birdsall is missing. From the New York World. Mrs. Julia H. Birdsall of Westville, New Jersey, has literally gone to the dogs. Dogs have proved her ruination. In order to support her 18 dog pets in luxurious fashion, she stole $10,000 from her trustful employers. Now she is a fugitive from justice, a price on her head, and all because of her insane infatuation for dog flesh. There was nothing too good for Mrs. Birdsall dogs. They slept in brass cribs, ate out of silver plates at the table, sat in high chairs, dressed in silks and satins, wore gold watches and pearl necklaces, rode in imported carriages, lived on high-priced table delicacies, enjoyed a veritable dog heaven. Not infrequently, Mrs. Birdsall took the dogs up to Philadelphia with her. On these occasions, they were carried in real alligator skin hat boxes in which breathing holes had been cut. Most of these journeys were made for the purpose of having photographs of the dogs taken. The best photographers of Philadelphia were called into service to make the pictures, and when the Birdsall effects were sold by the sheriff of Gloucester on June 2nd, no less than 2,000 portraits of dogs were found hanging on the walls, in stands, on tables, and in other parts of the house. In the rear of the lot was a dog cemetery in which some of the dogs were buried. Expensive flowers were constantly kept on their graves. She stole $10,000.
It took a different turn. At first, I was like, yeah, that is you, because I was like, your dogs are going to fucking do you in.
Yeah,
they're fucking insane. But I don't know. I might steal for Hot Dog to get her a little gold necklace.
A little gold watch?
Oh, why not?
Oh, my God.
She has a bracelet. Oh, God. Okay, well, I went in a little different direction this week, and it says, U.S. woman stabs boyfriend in eye for looking at other woman.
Ooh.
As I venture into the world of dating, a Florida man had brought 2 rabies shots for the dogs, but the needles ended up in his eyes after an argument with his girlfriend.
Fuck.
Police have charged Sandra Jimenez for assaulting her boyfriend with the rabies needles. Cops say the 44-year-old was upset that her boyfriend used to look at other women. According to the arrest affidavit, the victim was pierced in one eyelid and was transported to a local hospital for care. The incident took place on Saturday at a home in Miami County. The couple, who had been dating for 8 years, were in an ongoing argument over the guy looking at other women. The boyfriend told the cops he was lying on the couch when Jimenez jumped on him with the 2 needles and managed to pierce his right eyelid. She fled the scene after, and the boyfriend called 911. Hours later, police found her sleeping in a car outside the residence. She's pleaded not guilty and claimed that the injuries were self-inflicted.
Oh my God.
Fucking crazy ass woman.
Crazy.
Dumbass criminal, that's for sure.
Why is anybody administering shots to their dogs too?
I don't know.
Like self.
Should we open up? We have 2 letters here that are on the desk that have been here for a while. I'm sorry to the senders from our P.O. box, and
let's do it. Oh, Spencer, we're invited to a baby shower.
Ooh, when is it?
Well, it doesn't say, but it's a beautiful picture of Amber. Look at how sweet that maternity picture is.
Oh my God. Wait, let me see this. Oh, it's a virtual baby shower.
Oh, I love that.
Cute.
Okay, but wait, she wrote us a letter. Look at how neat her handwriting is.
She has Olivia's handwriting, my sister.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, it says, "Oh, bitch, this Geoff is having a baby. Hey, Spencer, Madison, Hot Dog, Doris, and Desi. First things first, I hope everyone is doing well and thriving. Spencer, I'm so happy to hear you're feeling better. And Madison, I'm happy your ankles are still holding on for you. I found the pod and immediately fell in love. My 4-year-old always cracks up with Madison and started saying, oh my God, because of y'all. Whoops, YOLO, Spencer. Please look up Geneva Foster and Michael Ryan from Houston. The case happened in 2007, only a street over in my neighborhood. I was a freshman in high school, and one day, police and helicopters were just everywhere. It's crazy because we used to go trick-or-treating to that house all the time, and no one even had a clue. Anywho, thank you both for bringing light and happiness to something usually seen so dark. I've actually learned a lot from the pod, and it's really opened my eyes to different cultures, practices around the world, and even different options we have after death, apart from the usual casket or urn. The pod, weirdly, helped me a lot mentally get through my miscarriage and through all the anxiety and fear that came along with getting pregnant again. Aww. Turning off my brain and listening helps shut out negative thoughts and worries in those times, and I'm grateful for that. I feel like you've both been a part of this pregnancy journey with me, so I've included a baby shower invite as well. Thank you for everything y'all do for us. Your Geoff turned cult babe and baby.
So sweet.
Amber.
Oh my God, I'm going to look into that.
Oh my God. Okay, wait. Did we miss the virtual baby shower? I hope not. I don't know how we do this.
Well, we'll look into the details.
It.
And then we did miss this. This is look how cool this invitation
it's
for
like
an
Art
engagement
Deco.
party is.
Oh, beautiful. Patrick and Rachel.
Okay.
Friday the 13th. We really fucked up.
We really fucked up.
Beautiful. Look at them on the back.
I know. They're an attractive couple.
Gorgeous.
She wrote on the back, she said, P.S. I wrote to you on Cult Leader about, the trade show and that Italian distiller that drugged my drink. Okay, I'll tell you after. It's a crazy story. The rest of you guys, I'll try and figure out which little leader that was on and tell you. And then about round 2, the next year, where my boyfriend came with me and he was back again. PPS, my boyfriend, no, you got to say fiance now.
Fiance.
Saw this little leader and said, who is this Spencer and Madison? It sounds like those people from your creepy cast you listen to. Well, that's us. Sorry we missed it. We just missed everything. I love getting invites like this, even though we're so bad at opening things and we forget and we can never go to things.
I love seeing you guys.
It's like fun seeing little glimpses of your lives. It makes me so happy.
It's so cool.
So please invite us to everything. We
Please.
won't come, but invite us.
But you never know.
One day, I swear to God, we talk about
We're
it.
We're going to
sometimes.
show up somewhere.
But if you have stuff you want to send us, you can send it to our P.O. Box. P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California 90807.
And anything else, go to our website, obituarypodcast.com. And if you want to pre-order a book, prh.com/obituary.
That's it for this week. We'll see you next week with some more coffin spinners,
obituaries,
and dumb
ass criminals.